Ever wondered why Sigma females seem immune to manipulation? What makes them stand out in the crowd? These are questions that often pique our curiosity. Sigma females, a fascinating and often misunderstood breed, are the epitome of independence, introversion, and nonconformity. They dance to the beat of their own drum, defying societal norms and expectations. In today's discourse, we're diving deep into the intriguing world of Sigma females. We'll explore the 9 standout characteristics that make them immune to manipulation. We'll delve into their independence, intelligence, introspection, discernment, authenticity, self-awareness, resilience, nonconformity, and emotional stability. Each of these traits contributes to their unique ability to resist manipulation, allowing them to navigate life's challenges with grace and poise. We're about to embark on an exciting journey, peeling back the layers to better understand these enigmatic individuals. So buckle up and prepare to be enlightened. Stick around as we unravel the mystery behind the unshakable Sigma female. The first reason why you can't manipulate Sigma females is their strong sense of independence. What does this mean? Well, imagine a bird soaring high above the clouds, free from the restraints of the ground below. That's a Sigma female. They are self-reliant, confident, and capable of standing on their own 2 feet. They don't need to lean on someone else for support, and they certainly don't need someone else to tell them what to do. Sigma females are like the captains of their own ships. They set their own course, navigate their own path, and are not afraid to handle the rough seas alone. They don't need a co-captain, and they definitely don't need a backseat driver. This makes them resistant to manipulation because they are not easily influenced by others. Imagine trying to tell a seasoned sailor how to sail their ship. It's not gonna happen. The same goes for Sigma females. They know their strengths and weaknesses, they know their capabilities, and they know their worth. They don't need someone else to define these for them. And because they're so independent, Sigma females are not easily swayed by flashy promises or smooth talk. They're not looking for a knight in shining armor to save them, because they're perfectly capable of saving themselves. With their self-sufficient approach to life, Sigma females are not easily swayed by others. Sigma females are known for their intelligence, another reason they're immune to manipulation. Their minds are a bustling metropolis of thoughts, ideas, and insights. This intellectual prowess is not just about being book smart, but also about having a deep understanding of themselves and the world around them. Imagine the brain of a Sigma female as a grand library. Each book on the shelves represents a piece of knowledge, an experience, a memory. This library is not a quiet, dusty place, but a vibrant knowledge hub where information is constantly being added, analyzed, and connected in new and insightful ways. Their intelligence extends beyond the academic realm. It's also about emotional intelligence, understanding their emotions and those of others. This insight helps them to see through superficial charm and empty promises. It's like having a built-in lie detector that alerts them whenever someone tries to manipulate them. Furthermore, Sigma females are critical thinkers. They don't just accept things at face value, they question, they analyze, they dissect. They see the hidden patterns, the ulterior motives, the subtle cues that others might miss. This makes it extremely difficult for anyone to pull the wool over their eyes. Sigma females also possess a curiosity that keeps their intellect sharp. They're lifelong learners who are always seeking to expand their knowledge and understanding. This continuous growth further strengthens their immunity to manipulation. In conclusion, the Sigma female's intellect is a fortress, a stronghold that can't be easily breached. Their intellect acts as a shield, protecting them from manipulative tactics. Sigma females are introspective, a trait that further fortifies their resistance to manipulation. Now, what does this introspective nature entail? To put it simply, introspection is the practice of examining one's own thoughts and feelings. It's like being a detective of your own mind, investigating your reactions, your motivations, and your desires. You see, introspection is a powerful tool in identifying and countering manipulation. Imagine you're in a situation where someone is trying to sway your opinion or control your actions. If you're introspective, you'll likely pause and ask yourself, why do I feel this way? Is this what I truly want, or am I being influenced by external factors? Let's consider an example. Say, you're at a car dealership and the salesperson is pushing you towards the latest, most expensive model. An introspective Sigma female would not just go along with the sales pitch. She would stop and reflect. Do I need this car? Is it worth the price? Am I being pressured into this? By questioning her feelings and motivations, she can see through the manipulation. She can distinguish between her genuine desires and those planted by the salesperson. This kind of self-reflection acts like a protective shield, deflecting attempts at manipulation. So, it's not just about being independent or intelligent. A Sigma female's introspective nature is a fundamental part of her armor against manipulation. It's a trait that enables her to navigate the world with a clear, self-determined path. Their introspective nature keeps them one step ahead of potential manipulators. Discernment is another key trait of Sigma females that makes manipulation a futile effort. Now let's delve into this fascinating characteristic. Discernment, in essence, is the ability to judge well. In the context of Sigma females, this trait is amplified. They have an uncanny knack for evaluating situations and people, which allows them to navigate the world with a certain level of immunity to manipulation. You see, Sigma females are like detectives, always on the lookout for clues, always assessing and reassessing. They can read between the lines, see beyond the surface, and often perceive what others miss. They're not easily fooled by sweet talk or grand gestures. They look for sincerity, consistency, and truth. This discernment is not just about being suspicious or cynical. No, it's about being realistic and pragmatic. Sigma females understand that not everything that glitters is gold, and they are not afraid to question, to probe deeper. They are the living embodiment of the saying, trust but verify. They trust their instincts, but they also seek facts. They give people the benefit of the doubt, but they also watch for patterns of behavior. And when it comes to manipulation, this discernment is their shield. They can sense when someone is trying to control or influence them in a negative way. They can see through the smoke and mirrors, and when they do, they don't hesitate to step back. Their discerning nature is a powerful tool against manipulation. Sigma females are authentic individuals, a trait that makes them immune to manipulation. Let's delve into that. Authenticity is not just about being true to oneself, but also about being honest with the world around you. It's a trait that's deeply ingrained in Sigma females, and it's a big part of why they're so resistant to manipulation. Consider this. When someone tries to manipulate you, they're essentially trying to create a version of you that suits their needs, not yours. But Sigma females, with their authenticity, resist this. They are steadfast in who they are, and they don't bend to fit someone else's narrative. Imagine a situation where a Sigma female is faced with a manipulative individual. This person may try to use flattery, guilt, or even pressure to sway her, but the Sigma female in her authenticity sees through these tactics. She knows who she is and what she stands for. She's not swayed by sweet words or emotional blackmail. She doesn't change her views or actions to appease others. This is not to say that Sigma females are stubborn or inflexible. They're open to change, but only when it aligns with their core values, not when it's imposed by someone else. Their authenticity is their compass, guiding them through life and keeping them true to their path, even when others try to steer them off course. This steadfastness, this unwavering sense of self, is a powerful defense against manipulation. Sigma females don't just know who they are, they embrace it, and that's why they're so hard to manipulate. Their authenticity acts as an armor, protecting them from manipulation. Self-awareness is another characteristic of Sigma females that makes them resistant to manipulation. Like a lighthouse in the fog, self-awareness guides these women through the misty corridors of manipulation and deceit. It's like they have an internal compass that always points north, keeping them on track. Self-awareness is not just about knowing your strengths and weaknesses, it's about understanding your emotions, your reactions, and your motivations. It's about recognizing patterns in your behavior and in the behavior of those around you. For Sigma females, this kind of insight is second nature. Imagine being able to see the strings of a puppet show, to know when someone is trying to pull your strings. That's what it's like for Sigma females. They can sense when someone is trying to manipulate them, and they have the wisdom to not only recognize it, but to counter it. Whether it's a subtle attempt to influence their decisions or a more overt attempt to control their actions, Sigma females are not easily swayed. They know themselves too well to be fooled by manipulation. They understand their own minds and hearts, and they won't allow anyone to play games with them. In their world, self-awareness is the best defense against manipulation. It's their shield and their sword, protecting them from those who would try to control them and giving them the power to stand up for themselves. Their self-awareness serves as a powerful deterrent to manipulation. Resilience is a defining trait of Sigma females that makes manipulation ineffective. When we talk about resilience, we're not just referring to the ability to bounce back from setbacks. It's about the capacity to adapt in the face of challenging circumstances while remaining mentally tough. This is a trait that Sigma females possess in abundance. Imagine a willow tree in a storm. It bends, but doesn't break. Similarly, a Sigma female might experience the stormy winds of manipulation, but she doesn't break. She bends, adapts, learns, and grows stronger from the experience. Let's take a hypothetical situation. Suppose a manipulator tries to play on a Sigma female's insecurities to gain control over her. Perhaps he insinuates that she's not good enough in some way, hoping to make her dependent on his validation. But here's where the resilience of Sigma females shines. Instead of crumbling under the pressure, a Sigma female would likely recognize the manipulative tactic and stand her ground. She might feel the sting, but she won't let it define her or change her course. She'd take it in stride, perhaps even using it as a catalyst for self-improvement, responding with grace and strength. This resilient spirit makes Sigma females practically invincible to manipulation. They are like mental gymnasts, flexing and adapting but never losing their balance or sense of self. So when you consider trying to manipulate a Sigma female, remember this. You're not dealing with a house of cards that will easily collapse. You're up against a fortress of resilience. Their resilience is a formidable barrier to manipulation. Sigma females are nonconformists, a trait that further strengthens their resistance to manipulation. Now, what do we mean by nonconformists? Well, Sigma females are not ones to blindly follow societal norms or expectations. They are free spirits who carve their own paths, and this independence of thought is a formidable barrier to any attempts at manipulation. Imagine trying to mold a river's course. It's near impossible, right? That's what it's like trying to manipulate a Sigma female. Her nonconformity is like the river's relentless flow, refusing to bend to external forces. What's more, this nonconformity is not an act of rebellion or a desire to stand out, but rather a deep-seated conviction to stay true to oneself. Because they refuse to let societal expectations dictate their actions, Sigma females are less likely to be swayed by manipulative tactics that exploit such expectations. Think of a manipulator as a puppeteer, controlling their puppet through strings attached to its limbs. In the case of a Sigma female, these strings just don't exist. Their decisions aren't tied to what others expect or want from them. They're driven by their own values, their own beliefs, their own desires. And this, my friends, is what makes manipulating a Sigma female a Herculean task. They're not just any river, they're a force of nature, carving their own path through the mountains of societal pressure and expectation. Their nonconformity is what sets them apart, making manipulation a futile endeavor. Emotional stability is the final piece of the puzzle that makes Sigma females immune to manipulation. Just as a sturdy ship can weather any storm, Sigma females can navigate the turbulent seas of life with unparalleled calmness and control. This emotional stability stems from their deep understanding of themselves and their emotions, allowing them to maintain their equilibrium even when faced with the most challenging situations. Imagine someone trying to manipulate a Sigma female by playing on her emotions. They might attempt to use guilt, fear, or even flattery to sway her. But here's the kicker. Sigma females are not easily swayed. They have a firm grip on their feelings, refusing to let others control their emotional state. Their emotions are not puppet strings for others to pull. Instead, they are tools that Sigma females wield with mastery and understanding. This emotional stability is not something that Sigma females are born with, but something they cultivate over time. It's like a muscle, strengthened by practice and discipline. Through introspection, they learn to identify their emotions, understand their triggers, and manage their responses. This equips them with an emotional resilience that is nearly impervious to manipulation. It's like trying to topple a mountain. Can you imagine? No matter how hard the winds of manipulation blow, the mountain stands firm, unyielding. That's what it's like trying to manipulate a Sigma female. Their emotional stability acts as a shield, protecting them from manipulation. To sum up, Sigma females' resistance to manipulation is rooted in their unique traits. Let's jog our memory a bit, shall we? We started off with their fierce independence. Sigma females stand tall on their own, needing no validation from others. Their strength lies within, not outside. Then we moved on to their intelligence. They're the kind of people who feed their minds, constantly seeking knowledge and wisdom. This makes it hard for anyone to pull the wool over their eyes. Next on the list was introspection. These women have a deep understanding of themselves, which makes them less susceptible to manipulation. They know their worth and won't let anyone undermine it. We talked about discernment too. Sigma females have the ability to judge well. They can see through the smoke and mirrors, making it difficult for manipulators to deceive them. Authenticity was our fifth point. Sigma females are true to themselves, their values, and their beliefs. This makes them less likely to fall for manipulative tactics. We then discussed self-awareness. Sigma females are acutely aware of their thoughts, feelings, and actions. This awareness helps them identify and avoid manipulation. Our seventh reason was resilience. Sigma females are tough. They bounce back from adversity, making them a hard target for manipulators. Next, we explored nonconformity. Sigma females do not follow the crowd. They have their own path, which makes them immune to peer pressure and manipulation. Finally, we touched on emotional stability. Sigma females are in control of their emotions. They don't let anyone play with their feelings, making them a manipulator's nightmare. Understanding these traits not only helps us appreciate Sigma females better, but also offers insights into how we can all become more resistant to manipulation.